Well, what are we waiting for? One more episode of Hunter x Hunter at least. Episode 110. The plan is kicking off. Got to rush into the palace, see what they can do, disrupt the king's plans, and possibly take him down. Although with how many episodes we've got going, how many more arcs are there going to be? How many more of our hunters and friends are going to be taken out of action, whether by their own accord, by not being up to it? And let's not forget that Palmer's still somewhere. Whether she's been compromised or not, we don't actually know. So, I guess we're going to have to find out, especially since the king is having all sorts of confusing feelings about his Gungi player. Still laying the foundations for the assault on the palace. Are we gonna get them going in waves? Have they all got their designated places they need to be? The staircase. That damned staircase again. Whenever there's a problem, the furthest anyone can go is the staircase. And with the selection that's going on, the people that have been chosen, the ones who've kind of survived and been put in the cocoons and eggs, is that also going to become a ever-increasing danger whenever they start hatching? I don't think it's going to stay dormant forever if they're introducing it as this is what people are being turned into. So I said it before and I'll keep saying it as long as it does it. I like the split where the hunters are so focused on all this, and then the king, he's kind of stopped caring at the minute. He's playing board games. So this is the first time we're actually getting this character and whatever that one is kind of away from the line and whatnot. That's Knuckles' insurance Nen thing, isn't it? Does she have proper vocal cords? He's been tricked, possibly bamboozled, fooled, if you will. Is there... I was going to say, is there security issues? Or is it no? It's just he's annoying him. Yeah, the humans don't have any sort of intrinsic telepathy, unlike the ants. It will only cost him a little. Now, why would he have something that she might have worn? It seems like such a good deal. Take it Take it down from the inside. If you're getting rid of the one who can handle all of the administration, there he goes, leaving his shoes behind. Did he forget about them? Couldn't return for them? And yet they've only just found the hallway with blood and shoes in the middle of it. It's a warning. Maybe Target or whoever was turned into the shoes. Did you think about that one? Do you want to annoy the higher-ups and inform them about all of this? Also, is he going to find all of the portals? Just by being able to track down the scent of where Redknapp has been. And since then, he hasn't been here to play. He's been a bit preoccupied. You're not worthy of hearing his name. Is that what she's thinking? Also, the idea of her view of what he looks like, only slightly off. Having so many internal, such an internal turmoil about his name. A true king wouldn't need these mindless slaves. Well, at least he's got a bit of vigor back. He was told. Yeah, they've each had a slap. So what's she going to do? Please the king or lapse in security? Well, might that be both. Can she mould it to only around the king is fine? I mean, he doesn't want to be checked of where he is or where he's going. Doesn't want to be bothered with the end. Is there a some sort of compromise that can be made? Keep the entire palace off limits. But what if there were, say, little trapdoors inside? He's being a little harsh with his words, but anything passing through it? If they've found a way in, what are they going to... I'm not sure that Komogi is cut out for any sort of diabolical schemes. The fact is, how does he feel about how we need to have all of this protection and guards in place? When they could so easily deal with it himself. He laying down the law there. They've been cast aside. So no, he's got his own little territory. Keep out of his way. Keep out of his. Keep your aura away from him. It's not the games themselves. Spiritual message. He's so conflicted. He's got the most kind of emotive monologues out of all of the guards, especially when it comes to the king. And what could have possibly been around the stairs? What does he... You'll be immediately, vaporized. So many possibilities. Also, the fact he's not informing the royal guard. So what? Having to say that there's a intruder that kind of just disappeared and you don't know where they would have went. A failure on their part. So the reason for his questioning should be a little obvious there, but and that stopped him there. He got only this close because Nefertiti was somewhat distracted. Yeah, probably actually best one of the others. This time scouting and laying down the groundwork for a bigger plan, but still. He's thinking how to benefit out of this one. Not really how to make sure the intruder is captured and there's no further issues to the king or anything. Nah, just how he can gain from it. To be fair, it's kind of a nice explanation to come up with. Don't think that's entirely true because we would have known. It's not his place to inform them. Once you've cleared out the danger. Not not a moment before. So at least you've got a time frame of when to look for this bomb. The fact he's playing the sides like this and kind of terrifying him. And so you've kind of experienced when things have possibly gone awry. He's going to come up with some bullshit. It's like, oh, this is the bomb. But no, that's a jar of peanut butter wrapped around a sock. And in the meantime, here he kept the clothing with him. He can stay in his little underground bunker. He is got some grand plans. I do like that the cargo went headfirst through that. That's probably for the best. And what happens if you don't have use of the arms or anything? He is so calm right now. Oh, I didn't think about that. The fact that he's got to go through slight withdrawal. Yeah. What happens if the entire plan was blown because of him having a single cigarette? They just had a brief discussion. It is good to have like eyes on the outside, even if it has to come back and inform them verbally each time. But that is one thing. They are loyal to a fault when it comes to the king. So they would willingly disregard everything, including their own lives, if it came to slight bit of ease for the king. Hmm. He's got an idea. Kind of missed the mark slightly, but I wonder what they're imagining here about what the king is trying to do. Hmm. No matter what's happening, it's probably best if he doesn't. There would be a slight shock, to say the least. Don't need to worry about anything else. Don't get distracted, no matter what you see. There's something in the background. And yet, though we know that the theory is somewhat solid, they have no concrete evidence. But if we go on the assumption that it was the king injuring himself, and they've gathered that there might be other people there, not because of this Bizef. I mean, why would the king feel like that? They didn't have a lot of information about the king, other than the small bits that they got from Colt and the others that were there in the hive once they left. I sincerely doubt that they'll be able to have a smooth conversation with the Royal Guard. But considering the last episode, I thought, well, then now it's go time. They've got the plan to go ahead with. No, we had to spend the entire next episode talking about it, but here we go. And also, was that last... I see. I was going to say, was that last moment something for Cargo looking at the Dragonfly one? I'd almost forgotten that you can use the body as a little skin suit. Would be good for a little bit of extra reconnaissance and safety, as long as they can't immediately see through it. There is a lot of danger, to be sure, but the ideas that some of them have, some of the Killer was saying, oh, the king might have hurt himself. So I'm saying, oh, why would the king? What would he been doing? Having some women in there? Women? Palm was, oh no. I wonder if that's burned a few fantasies. Oh boy. Apart from some very vivid imaginations, most of the team were doing alright. You know, considering they're amping up to take on the big plan of invading the palace. We've had no communication with the chairman and what he's doing, apart from we know that he's kind of sat up there on the precipice of the world. Is it hoping that we forget about him, and so that when if he is to jump in at any point, like, oh yeah, big surprise. But at least we got a bit more of that administrator dude getting a bit upset. Palm taking him for a ride, being able to get up to the palace and walk around on our own. Getting troubles with the head honchos, wouldn't he? But we're still none the wiser as to what's actually going on there. Where she is, if she's gotten out. The Chimera soldiers itself seems, oh, maybe she flew away, maybe she teleported out, that kind of thing. If she did, she'd be in Nov's Nen apartment blocks complex somewhere. Don't think so. But also with the Chimerans that are around, like the wolf dude who can catch out the scent of who's skulking around the palace. I can't remember her name, but the one that was with Leo, the one who gained a little weight. If that's what exercising the floating annoyance to Cheetah there, the bankruptcy that's Knuckles' power, is if Cheetah is in range and the clock starts ticking again, is it going to start slowly expanding while she's still trying to get rid of it? That could get messy. Also, I am incredibly sorry that I've just put that image in your head because the internet has shown us far worse. With the issues surrounding the king, his unacceptance and kind of turmoil of having no name, being this non-entity king, and yet ruling over everything, he's getting a little grumpy. Yeah, he needs his space. Whether this will be a blessing in disguise for the hunters trying to get in and cause some mayhem, but with our little Goony player feeling the hurt they've shown. I told him my name, but I didn't get one in response. He obviously doesn't want to, doesn't care. When in reality, the king has so many more issues. So that he wouldn't tell her his name. It's more, well, first he's got to understand his own identity before he can even think of answering the question. But things might get interesting. We saw previous one that Kuki was awakening some Nen there for when she's playing the game. It's going to be difficult for the king going forward if he's going to try to beat her at her own game. Especially if they've got intruders. Luckily, they might all have shoes. But it is fun to see that, yep, there's still Chimerans trying their own little games, seeing what they can get out of things. Be their own king. And that instinct is never going to go away easily. But if you've liked this episode, let me know. If you want to leave a like and a comment on the video, it really helps me out. If you want to see more, then consider subscribing to the channel, see what else is out there. Maybe even join into my Discord so that you definitely don't miss future uploads. Or you can just wait another couple of minutes. There'll be another episode out if there isn't already. So sit back, get some rest, and I hope to see you for the next one. Should you be coming up with some ingenious plan to make yourself king of this channel, well, I can tell you it won't exactly work because, honestly, there's nothing to rule over. But I do need to thank Noku, Raywin, Sal, Shiwan, Mats, Akne, Guado, Danny Swede, Light Wizard 91, Kite, Diego Zenhouse, and Tori Jane, SZ9870, and everyone else. Because if it wasn't for all of your help, I might have lost the will to fight a long time ago.